What's going on YouTube? V here. So we're basically in the middle of the week and the market is starting to settle and we actually are starting to see a lot of prices dip, and then we're starting to get ready for the weekend, for regional weekend for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players. So we actually might see a little bit of a rise. Wednesdays are always a weird day in which we actually see, in my opinion, the true honesty of the market as is always will be on a Wednesday. Because Yu-Gi-Oh players will want to sell Monday and Tuesday because they just came back from an event. And then Wednesday, the market will settle for a bit. And then Thursday and Friday, Yu-Gi-Oh players will expect to work on their decks for the regionals or what have you. And some of these online markets are stores that will sell to the players, which takes the inventory away from the stores, which rises the price of these cards. With that said, guys, I just want to quickly go to the side and say, listen, Shonen Jump's about to be ending soon. And obviously, I talked about this not long ago. Wait until Shonen Jump does something huge. Well, this is pretty huge. Now, we're going to get, I think we're going to be getting the 4 cards. I'm not 100% on this, but I think we're getting the 4 cards, and that's it. Or you're getting a refund. It's one or the other. And obviously, the 4 cards are really good. They're going to be really sought after, especially since Shonen Jump's going to be done here. Little fun fact about that is, I wonder if the V-Jump in Japan is going to be the same. Are they going to be done as well, or are they going to be having their own version of promotional cards? And if that is the case, will we get something different? Will Konami be done with Shonen Jump and move on to another company that will have this kind of, hey, buy this whatever, get a card? Fuck, I don't care if it's Cheerios at this point. Can we just still have the ability to have a promotional card that we can get that's not straight from Konami directly? But with that said, guys, Shonen Jump magazine promos are going to be done. 100%. Now, obviously, if you guys didn't know, a lot of these Shonen Jump magazine promos are reprinted. So, meaning, we'll get a card, this is a hard word, Slide for the Sky Dragon, and then it'll get reprinted again, lowering the value of current Slide for the Sky Dragon. At times, some of the reprints, some of the cards that get lowered in value are temporary, and at times, as you can see, some of these values spike high back up in value. It all depends on the demand, the highest rarity of the card, as well as how hard is the card to get? How many people have access to this card? And did a lot of people go in and buy this card? I felt with Viz and how they're doing these promos, I think it was amazing. Link Haribo, Summon Sorceress, Apprentice Magician, like, I think they were just going crazy on the good cards. And obviously everyone was going absolutely nuts because the secondary market was reacting insane to these high values. Looking at it though, at the Shonen Jump magazine promos, the current highest one is just a Slide for the Sky Dragon, currently roughly around $41. This is right over here. Another one was Blue Eyes White Dragon, another Slide for the Sky Dragon, Blue Eyes Dark Magician. Link Haribo still is one of the highest cards out there. Right underneath that, Summon Sorceress. Albus Tormentor, Dark Magician, YuGiOh Friendship, which just recently had a pretty crazy buyout. However, this card is actually relatively low in value. Judgment of Pharaoh, another card that's part of like the trio, I guess you could say. But and there's a Apprentice Magician. There it is. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, Shonen Jump and the crazy high value of Shonen Jump, we're not done with this yet. Just because Shonen Jump has been done making these cards after this last release, we're going to see random Shonen Jump cards go high in value. In fact, I can easily speculate that unless Konami makes higher rarity versions of some of these cards will go all higher in value. This is what we're seeing here, clear as day. And I honestly, truly think that this will be impactful in the market in the future. Moving forward, though, let's look at a little couple of cards on the market. Totally Awesome is still going higher in value. This guy has a list at him. He's a relatively new seller, but $7. After that, it's roughly around $8 as the valuation for Totally Awesome. The original print is roughly around $9. One quick thing: people get upset when I talk about lightly played prices, as opposed to near mint prices. They're both equally as important. The reason I show lightly played, because more Yu-Gi-Oh players that buy in the secondary market are mostly competitive players. Majority of competitive players will buy a card lightly played due to the fact that if they buy a near mint card, the minute they sleeve it and start playing with it, it becomes lightly played. That's why I go over it. As far as collector's cards, it's the same thing. Obviously Yu-Gi-Oh players aren't going to be playing with a collector's card, but it's still going to be taken out. They're still going to be looking at it. Yu-Gi-Oh players are collectors. The collectors, the variants and all the collectors in this game vary heavily. We got guys buying stuff from the TV show. We got guys buying old exclusive cards. We got guys buying gold cards like Metamorphosis, which is insanely overpriced, as well as other gold cards. which does count for collection because, let's be honest with you, you're not playing that in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! We got guys buying casual Yu-Gi-Oh!, which every now and then they might get some collector's cards, and then we got just guys that will buy cards, get a Gem 10 mint, throw it to the side and go, got 'em, boys. We have literally a huge diversity of collectors, and I love to mention the near mint price, lightly played prices, because it attributes to majority of the collectors. Obviously, there are near mint prices, but if you're a collector and you're looking for near mint prices, you shouldn't be watching a market watch. You really should be just looking at cards and going, what card do I want to bang out to be a Gem 10 mint? I mean, that's literally why would you buy a mint card. You wouldn't buy a mint card to throw in a binder because it's still susceptible to air. Which I really should do a video. Maybe I'll talk about this in my blog about how air and the reason why we see yellow in cars is because they get oxygenated. I really need to go over this in more detail, but I'll go over this in more detail, like I said, in maybe another video on my blog or whatnot, discussing why that's bad and why Gem 10s are still highly sought after, because they are fresh. But that's another video for another time. Nevertheless, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about the side talk. I just want to really emphasize that to you guys. But looking at Totally Awesome, it's still high in value. Now we are seeing a card like Trap Trick, which is also high in value, because this kind of makes this deck a little bit more better. Is this deck be all end all better? Absolutely not. Is it worth to see a $58 Swap Frog? No. No. In fact, the reason why the Swap Frag is currently Swap Frog is currently so high is because this is the second printing. The original printing came out Photon Shockwave, I'm gonna say. It came out, which is forever ago, and those commons are worth money. They're like 3 and 4s, and first edition near mints hitting around $5. Where Swap Frog is currently about $57 to $58 here in the market, and that's starter prices. And if you want to play the Paleo deck, you're gonna need 3. Pretty crazy in its value. So that's why it will be this expensive. Also, a little fun side note: this card price was the same price of Infinite Impermanence, which was used in Altergeist, which is basically almost the same, I guess, play style of Paleo. So obviously they play different cards. Obviously they have a different mentality. But nevertheless, it's the same playstyle of control, which Paleo Frogs as well as Altergeist share. And this is why I was really against this card, even though I love this card. It's a gorgeous ultimate rare, and I would love to have a playset. It is kind of weird how that is, though, the valuation and the change of what is a higher value card as opposed to not so higher valued, deck-wise in competitive meta. With that said, oh yeah, it was Stardust Overdrive. Oh, I was way off. Looking at regular common Swap Frog, unlimited lightly plays about $3. If you want to go, we can do the near mint for the collector. The swap those 4 viewers that are Swap Frog collectors. So first edition lightly plays about $3.49, and then as we get to we could be here all day looking for a near mint one. I'm gonna do this for once. Here you go, $4, almost $4 for a near mint. All right, Gem 10-year Swap Frogs. All right, El Shaddol contracts a lot of money, and I feel like with the OCG ban list and how the contracts to 1, even though they didn't unlock any more Shaddolls on this ban list, having contract to 1 obviously raised the price of contract here in the TCG. Contract used to be a $10 ultimate rare, and now it's highly moving higher and higher in the market. We're seeing its market price be about $28, but unlimited contracts is about $34. First edition near mint is about $35. For a construct, it's really expensive for this card. Now, the thing is about construct, it's not the only Shaddoll that's really hard to get. In fact, I'm going to make a prediction about the next buyout that's going to happen with Shaddolls. Obviously, it's not Shaddoll Fusion because it's got a secret rare printing, and it came out in Shadows of Valhalla, which is relatively new. Obviously, it's not Winda, it's the same thing. So what's the next Shaddoll card that's going to go higher in value? My prediction? El Shaddol Shekanaga. Now, obviously, Shekanaga is not being used as much as El Shaddol Construct. I get that. Obviously, it had an alternate printing as being secret rare. Came out 2015 Mega Pack. I also understand that. But the expensive Shekanaga is not the secret rare Shekanaga. It's the ultimate rare Shekanaga. Just like Construct, where the ultra rare is valuable, the ulti is just way more money. And looking at El Shaddol Shekanaga, came out new challenges as an ulti. Remember those? We used to get them in core sets. Market price is going to be about $7. And we're seeing it already here, about $8. First edition lightly played is going to be roughly around $10 to $11 for this card. That's a pretty expensive value on a card that, for the most part, was always roughly around $6 averaging in value. And the reason I think Shekanaga is going to go even higher in value is because if Shaddolls was to come off our ban list, the hype alone would make not just Construct go high in value, but Shikanaga as well, due to the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh! Players will now have the ability to play Shaddolls. They'll be excited. Oh my god, we got Super Poly at 1, and we just got Construct the Banlist. I could play pure Shaddolls. I don't think it's going to work, to be honest. But if it does, that's cool as hell. But nevertheless, Shaddolls will go higher in value. We have seen this before with other decks where they get some unlocks. The money card in the deck obviously goes higher in value because it's hard to get, and other cards go higher in value. Want a good example? How about Madolches? Madolches are a phenomenal example of, hey, we're getting some new stuff. Savage Strike? We're going to be doing pretty good. Madolche Magellan, even though it is showing to be a little bit low over here in price terms from the market price, it has cooled down from its hype, which it was at 16. By the way, this card was always at $10. Madolche Magellan. It's a little fun fact about it. It rose to about $16. Now we're seeing cool down back to 14. But even though this card went up in value, because everyone's like, oh my god, this card's hard to get, Angeline went down in value, who had 2 printings, a Primal Origin and a 2015 Megatins Mega Pack. We're seeing roughly around $14. Pudding Sis went up in value. Chocolate Alamo went up in value. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like that. I don't think it makes any sense. But it's part of the, I get it, it's part of the OTK. Tiramisu went up in value as well. And then regular Pudding Sis, this one is so ugly. This one went in value. Hoot Cake, unfortunately, didn't go too high in value. Rip Hoot Cake. What I'm trying to say, guys, is that even though one card that's a harder to get card would go up in value, there's a chance other cards can. And that's why I say, even though Contract, if around January we do get a balance and Contract comes off that balance 2-1, I think that Shikanaga will go higher in value as well as a result of this. Another thing is Prank-Kids. So the Hyper Prank-Kids, they won YCS. Yay, Prank-Kids. I'm going to go buy up my Prank-Kids. Yeah, how's that working out for anybody? Those $20 Prank-Kids places are now down to $16. Hype is dying down. I think they're going to hover on this price point, $15 and $16 into this weekend where we have regionals. I know there's one in Columbus I might be going to. But we're going to see about how Prank-Kids do throughout the regional circuit here in the TCG within NA. And I don't think it's going to be as good. I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players playing Prank-Kids are going to be finding themselves having a really hard matchup. Except evidently against Thunder Dragons. But even though I like Prank-Kids, I think they're really cool. I love the artwork. I love the silly theme about them. It's still, like, this is the money card. The box is costing $52 over here. Most stores will sell for $75. Some stores will do tax. And your money card is a $16 card. After that, you got a $6 card plus a $3 card. A bunch of $3 cards. And you know what? This is not bad. This is not bad. This is not bad. This is not bad. Sorry, Prank-Kids. I think you're the trap in this deck. Like, you're the one I'm supposed to go for, but I'm not really interested in you due to the fact that its value is currently already declining. You know what it'll take for Prank-Kids to go higher in value? More tops at Yu-Gi-Oh! Events. In fact, I want Yu-Gi-Oh! Players to come first place at multiple Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals with Prank-Kids. That would absolutely do a 360 on this card's price point. Or 180, I'm really bad at that. And see it go up higher in value. But with that said, I think Prank-Kids are going to be going lower in value. I don't think they're going to be doing as good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Events. Only time will tell. So, looking at the OCG ban list, one thing that almost every content creator forgot to talk about, and I waited, I gave them time. I did an article about it on my blog, YuGiOhMark.com. Check it out, links in the description. But I waited, and nobody really talked about Maxx C. You know, that card that OCG has fully unlocked. The card that, if it was to come back here in the TCG, even at 1, is not scary. Here's why. We have 3 Ash Blossoms, 3 Called by the Grave, and everyone forget about Gamma. Like, you Maxx C, I Gamma, I keep doing things, and you just stand there going, okay. Not only that, but then I go into Omega, take a card out of your hand. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fun. And that's what won Maxx C. Had Maxx C come to 3, oh man, it'd be a crazy meta. In fact, I think Maxx C is going to come to 3. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes to 2. If it goes to 3, I'm still not going to be surprised. If it comes to 1, okay, cool. But we're going to get Maxx C back. It's inevitable. And looking at the market is agreeing with me. Maxx C already got a buyout originally, where it stood roughly around $75 after its initial buyout. I had an ulti I sold for $50, and it was part of the buyout that was done by a store in California, and the price went up to about $75. We're looking at Maxx C, about $130. Like, come on, man. The market ain't lying. If the market was lying, they would be putting these up on there, but they're not. And Maxx C Ultimate Rare, so you know it's the hardest one to get? Have fun with that. Looking at Maxx C Secret Rare, first edition limit is $25. This price point, even though it's higher than the market price, has actually shown stabilization. It's been between $25 to $27 for a good while. It only declined for a little bit temporarily after it was banned, and then it slowly dipped back up to this current price point. The Ultra Maxx Cs, I gotta click on it because people are gonna get sad if I show moderate. Those Maxx Cs are $16, which is still higher than its current market price, as of course it is. The super rares are still holding good value, about $8. Premium gold, who cares about them? The common Maxx Cs are like $5 from Structure Deck Machine Reactor. I'm not sure if anyone remembers this. This is a structure deck Konami made that had a hand trap in it. That's kind of familiar. A structure deck with a hand trap in it almost about a year ago. In fact, I think we're getting a structure deck with a hand trap in it. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are so upset the fact that we didn't get draw. Maybe we don't get the hand trap. My opinion, we're gonna get the hand trap. We're getting the hand trap, and the flames, that flame fire structure deck is so terrible. We're getting the hand trap in it. Done. But looking at Maxx C in the structure deck, the only card that was valuable is obviously Maxx C. Aging A Wyvern still holds some kind of value. I mean, kind of cool reprints like Machine Dupe. Gas Cyclones are a pretty cool reprint, but for the most part, it was really you bought the structure deck because it had goddamn Maxx C in it, which was a playable card at the time within the meta. Moving forward, guys, OTS Tournament Pack 9 is slowly going down in value. Good job, OCG Banlist. You're really showing us about how you feel about Strikers. TCG, we probably know Strikers are going to be almost dead, if not fully dead, by Nationals. And yeah, Shizuka's price, even though it's still relatively high, $63, it's his debut weekend. And this is supposed to be the money card of the set, and it's lower than its current market price due to the fear that Striker players have now. Because they realize, well, we're getting a Banlist in about, almost a month and a half. I'll even level with some of you guys because it comes out a little bit later. I believe that I believe it'll come out after the first week of Cyber Strike. So February, I'm going to say 8th or 9th, we'll probably get a Banlist sometime weird about around then, if we're going to be 100% honest about it. But I still think that Sky Strikers are going to be a good deck. They're still going to be playable. But as time moves on, especially with the Nationals, I don't think they'll be the best deck. Even though I like the deck a lot, the OCG likes the deck a lot, you probably like the deck a lot, even if you don't play the deck. It's a cool deck, great artwork, great theme. I still think that this right here is an indication of the market's faith, the market's confidence in Sky Strikers. And I'll show you some other stuff in a little bit as well. Now, actually, one second. I want to show you OTS. I'll show you OTS Pack 9 right now, actually. Looking at Lycurus, it's $47 from a $55 price point. Who would have seen this coming? Konami, you should have did Pod Desires. It's a perfect slot for OTS Tournament Pack 9. Lycurus, Konami? Are you just going like good card, dud, kind of decent card that Yu-Gi-Oh! Players won't play, but they'll like for nostalgia? Because that's literally what you did last, literally, right, OTS Pack 8, where it was like Scapegoats. Draw was like the card, and then Kagari, which is a good card for now, but eventually it'll phase out. And if you think Lycurus is a good card for now, that will eventually phase out, no, absolutely not. Looking at the super rare, Second Light it's down at about $1. It's gonna be all these super rares will obviously go down as Yu-Gi-Oh! Players will be going to the locals and cracking OTS Pack. But Second Light obviously is one of the top cards in this because Burning Abyss, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are kind of hopeful for Burning Abyss. Looking at them, the Dragon, that's because of OCG balance, by the way. You know, with Dante coming to 3 and Beatrice still at 3 and them unlocking Seer and anyway, looking at Thunder Dragon Matrix, obviously Thunder Dragon players have it made in the shade. They're laughing their ass off. But a part of them are just going, they're doing it, but not loud because there's a guy who plays Prank-Kids or someone who knows about Prank-Kids. Look at them and go, man, don't let me whip out that $100 deck and slap your face with it. But yeah, Thunder Dragon Matrix at super rare is really cool. It's roughly around a $5 card. I get it. Personal spoofing for my Altergeist friends is dropping relatively rapidly. It was, I think, this past weekend was one of the highest priced cards. But unfortunately, Altergeist players realized that we got a hard card in our Banlist, bro. Like, if you're an Altergeist player like I am, you know your deck's not going to be playable by Nationals. So we got to go deck shopping, unfortunately. And there's not many selections currently right now. We have to wait till Savage Strike for more selections if you want to really go in on it. So that's what I'm doing. Then the Draco Stack token, obviously being a high token because it's a good card. I'll talk about in a second. And then these other tokens I don't like at all. The Mega Raptor and Hallier, I don't like these tokens. Looking at Draco Stack, it's a little bit odd to me that Konami makes a Draco Stack token. Now, this card hasn't seen play in a long while. Came out originally in Lawrence Tachyon Galaxy, as well as 2014 Mega Pack, which is almost about, I don't know, almost 5 years at this point, where this card was actually last seen coming out as Fresh Prince. So, as time moves on, the price will obviously go higher. This card used to be a $7 card, got bought out, cooled back down, and we're seeing roughly to be around $10 for a Mecha Fan to be Draco Stack. Now, I have about 4 copies of this card. 3 in different languages. It was just a matter of circumstance. If you know me, I like German and English cards. So that's because they look cool. But I have like Italian. I have some other language as well. Really cool though. looking at Draco Stack, I think it's a safe bet to get some of these cards. I think you should really hold on to these cards. One, because they're hard to get, and two, if Konami reprints this card, the only way this value will go down if the reprint comes out same secret rare or ulti. If it doesn't, this card will be the main valued card still. So, oh yeah, here we go. Looking at Tournament Pack 8, we have, once again, Kagari was the money card, and now we see it go lower in value. It did go higher to 44, and that's why it's on top, because I have price set to high to low, but now it's going lower in value, where Drone Lockbird is holding its ground at $40. Little fun fact, it's going to go higher. You think Drone Lockbird is going to go lower? Look at Ghost Ogre. It does these little things where it dips for a while, so other cards can go higher, like this, and then eventually, as time moves on, it goes up higher because the meta causes this card to see you play into it. So if you have ulti Drone Lockbirds, you're going to want to hold those. They're going to go up in value. Whereas Kagari, maybe not. And once again, I just want to reiterate real quickly on here because I know I'll see in the comment section, hey V, we're not going to get the OCG banlist 100%. And I agree with you on that. Absolutely true. But if Konami just ban Engage, I don't think Strikers can have a good chance against like Thunder Dragons. I don't think Strikers have a good chance against Altergeist currently right now. And that's a what-if scenario. And that's what we're dealing with right now when we talk about Banlist. But we do know if the OCG loses a tier 1 deck, there's a very, very, very likely chance that we're going to lose a tier 1 deck of the same deck. That's it. It's that simple. So whether it is Kagari to be a perspective hit in the future, or Engage being banned, or Multi-Row being limited, and Engage being limited, it's going to affect this deck, and it's not going to see as much play, which will impact the market right here. Once again, I do a lot of these market watch videos, and people think I'm talking all about meta. No. It's about hype and speculation. That's the main thing with the market. And hype and speculation can't be driven for Strikers if they are hit on the ban list. If they're hitting the ban list, there's no hype. They lose speculation, and they lose value. They lose value, Kagari starts going lower in value. Once again, this was about, what, 2 weeks ago when we got a ban list or something silly like that, in which Kagari was hitting some high numbers. It really started moving really high in the market, and now we're seeing it cool down to about $34. Scapegoat, another card I think is a very good card. It's currently $24. Secret Village was going higher for a minute there, and you can see right there in the market price, but the reason why it's going lower in value is because Skystrike is being lost as a faithful deck to be competitive in the future, moving forward. Machine dupes are $2. I don't know why, actually. Skystriker Ace token makes perfect sense, due to the fact that Skystrikers was the deck that Konami was promoting. I'm not sure if Konami's going to do this route in which every OTS or whatever exclusive Konami only pack would have tokens that are foil. It'd be really cool to see that. It'd be really cool to see more like character-themed tokens, like alternate art versions of like Marek or Yugi. That'd be awesome to see as well. But it's really interesting to note that this is the second set in a row that we've gotten a foil token. I hope Konami does this more moving forward, because these tokens are gorgeous. I mean, this is a beautiful token. The Draco Stack token is a beautiful token. Like, this is a really nice token. We should have gotten this a long while ago. I'm just glad Konami's playing catch-up. This Skystriker's prices right here. Once again, you can see it clearly as day. $59. This guy's a little bit lower seller, but he's holding it for $52. Got Lightning Plate over here, $53 for Engage. Obviously lower than its current market price. You got Widow Anchor doing the same thing, $36, and you can see it over here about $33 for the card. Is that and that's what my overall opinion on this is, that even though Strikers is currently one of the best, if not the best deck right now, because I don't know, man, I think Strikers had a good, that Striker matchup in the finals of the Y6 would have been a lot differently if it was Strikers versus Prank-Kids. I don't know if Strikers could have won it, but definitely way better play style than seeing just Thunder Dragons, which just, can we be honest, just got destroyed. They lost because Prank-Kids were like, dude, go combo. I'm going to beat your face anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird to see that. And then we have one card I want to talk about real quickly is Shared Ride. So this is a good indication. This is what I'd like to talk about with you guys. Is of the cards that are used against Strikers, like Shared Ride, that was going higher in value, is now going lower in value. Market price only be about $5 for a almost $7 market price card. The Megaton version, which is $6, is also holding around $4. It did get reprinted, which could have also affected the value, but I think what really affected the value, mainly as we can see here, pretty bluntly, is due to the fact that Skystrikers, which was one of the best decks, is losing power. Do I lose all faith in Skystrikers? No, I still think they're a great deck, and if you currently have them, play them. Just realize the fact that when it's banlist time, and that time is coming closer and closer, you're going to want to get rid of that deck. You're going to want to move forward in something else, due to the fact that your deck is a very good likely possibility, chance, maybe, my sources say yes, to be hit. I did say it was going to be hitting the last ban list, but in my defense, I didn't know the last ban list was going to be an E-ban list in the form of a ban list. Like, we got, if you want to see what the E-ban list is, look at our 6 hits versus OCG's new bans come January 1st. They have, like, how many hits compared to our 6 hits? Like, it's a joke. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching my market watch. Thank you so much. I really do feel inspired when you guys do comment in my comment section, or talk in my community tab, or hit the like button, or hit the subscribe button. It really does get me motivated to not only do these kind of videos, but really make sure I do these videos as best as I can possibly do them. Am I right 100% of the time? Absolutely not. But I do appreciate the fact that even if you agree with me or disagree with me, you are here and engaging in this conversation, talking about the market, so we don't have too many crazy buyouts, or we can get all involved in buyouts, which is why I do my YuGiOh Market Watch Facebook page, in which people just go, buyouts happening right now, get involved in it. Or I talk about YuGiOhMarks.com and give you a little more in detail with some of the things I'm thinking about, where it focuses on the market or the game Yu-Gi-Oh, which I know we all love and enjoy. And I would love it, guys, if you could, once again, please hit the comment section. I hit the comments. I read every single one of your comments. I would love to read your comment. And hit the like button on this video. Show me that you appreciate and love and support this channel. Check out my Patreon. And please hit the subscribe button. Show me that support. It goes a long way for me. It really goes a lot longer than you think. And the support for this channel makes me want to do, once again, more great content for you guys. And I really appreciate you guys watching this one, like I said. Anyway, guys, your boy V. Please make sure to subscribe my videos. Have a great day.